All right, y'all. Come in, come in, come in, come in, my good people. Let's go, real deal. Y'all come on in, real deal. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. There's a verdict gonna come out on Monday, and we must talk. Come in, real deal. Let's talk about Jennifer Crumbly. Okay. As mothers, I need my mothers. I need my stepmothers. I need my to be mothers. I need active mothers, role model mothers. I need y'all to hear this, and we're gonna discuss the cross examination of Jennifer Crumbly trial. Okay, we got to talk about this, y'all. Y'all got to tell me y'all think she's. I don't know whether her being a good mom or a bad mom is important in this case, but the reasonable doubt is here. So we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about what this mother said about her son who was charged with the killing at the school, okay? All right. Okay.
This is Crumbley. I'd like to talk to you about your vigilance as a parent. But before I do, I want to make sure that you understood the oath that you just took.
I do.
Okay, you understand that you took the stand under oath and you have to tell the truth.
I do.
You understand that was the rules yesterday as well.
Correct.
All right, we're going to come back to that. Now, you have been described by your attorney as a hyper-vigilant parent.
Correct.
Okay, do you agree with that?
I do.
In fact, you called yourself a helicopter parent before.
Yes, I was.
Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Sorry about that, y'all. She called herself a what? Hold up, y'all. Let me back this
So
back.
you told
Hold up. Let me put this thing on. She called herself a helicopter. What? Let's put this on capture. I'm gonna need y'all. I'm gonna need y'all help. Okay, I'm gonna need y'all help with this. Okay. Let's check this woman out. It seems like, you know, y'all help me with this, please. Please.
My name is Jennifer Crumbley, Jennifer Crumbley.
Thank you. Mrs. Crumbley, I'd like to talk to you about your vigilance as a parent. But before I do, I want to make sure that you understood the oath that you just took.
I do.
Okay, you understand that you took the stand under oath and you have to tell the truth.
I do.
You understand that was the rules yesterday as well.
Correct.
All right, we're going to come back to that. Now, you have been described by your attorney as a hyper-vigilant parent.
Correct.
Okay, do you agree with that?
I do.
In fact, you called yourself a helicopter parent before.
Yes, I was.
She called herself a helicopter parent. That's a darn cotton picking helicopter parent, y'all. Hold on for a minute.
Before I do, I want to make sure that you understood the oath that you just took.
I do.
Okay, you understand that you took the stand under oath and you have to tell the truth.
I do.
You understand that was the rules yesterday as well.
Correct.
All right, we're going to come back to that. Now, you have been described by your attorney as a hyper-vigilant parent.
Correct.
Okay, do you agree with that?
I do.
In fact, you called yourself a helicopter parent before.
She called herself, what's a helicopter parent? Can I get a parent to put that down in the chat when they get a chance? Please explain to real deal what's a helicopter parent is, a parent is, because I don't know what a helicopter parent is, okay?
Yes, I was.
So you told us you spent a lot of family time.
We did.
Now, I'd like to talk to you about what what your digital footprint shows.
Okay.
What the evidence on your phone shows.
Okay.
Now let's try. You agree with me that having horses is quite a time-consuming hobby.
It can be.
Okay. It was for you,
It can be.
and that's what you said yesterday.
Yes.
Okay. And you were at the barn for between 3 and 5 times a week.
More like 3 times a week.
3 times a week for a couple hours.
Wait a minute. Oh, mother, you at the bar 3 times a week? Y'all, this case right here is something else. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. She at the bar 3 a week, y'all. 3 times. Okay.
It's also an expensive hobby.
It is.
So your banking records show that in the year 2021, you spent over $20,000 on the horses. Is that right?
Probably.
Okay. And that's not including cash. That's just from Capital One and Flagstar Bank.
Correct.
In fact, you told a coworker that half of your salary basically goes to the horses.
I might have, yes.
Now, except on a rare occasion, you didn't bring your son with you to the barn.
He was not into horses. I would ask every time I went to the barn, but he didn't want to go.
So the answer was no.
No.
Okay. And at least as far as your horses being boarded with Kira Pennock from June of 2021 to November of 2021, your son never went with you. Is that correct?
I think he went once when my in-laws were in town and we met them at the barn.
Okay. But there was nothing stopping you from taking him.
No, he just didn't want to go.
Okay. It's a family atmosphere.
It can be.
Okay. Like the Halloween party that you get, that was for families.
Yeah, most of the kids there are young.
Okay. In the winters, you were on ski patrol as well.
Correct.
Okay. And that can be a bit of a time-consuming hobby.
It can be.
All right. And you would be on ski patrol between 1 and 2 times a week.
It's a total of 10 hours a week.
10 hours a week. Okay. So how many days?
I did doubles on Saturdays, so 1 day a week for me.
Okay. So you told this jury yesterday, you depicted your affair with Mr. Malash as a one time a week meet up at a Costco parking lot. Is that your testimony?
Correct.
Okay. But it wasn't just that, was it?
No.
In fact, there are numerous photographs sent to Mr. Malash.
Okay.
Yes or no?
I'm sure it was.
Okay. Numerous messages exchanged with him.
Correct.
And it wasn't just during the week, Monday through Friday, was it?
No.
No. In fact, that's what you said yesterday. But in fact, it included trips,
There were actual business trips that he met me on.
okay? It included other individuals.
Yes.
What's adult friend finder?
So where you can go on and meet people who meet certain tastes that you're looking for.
And you had the app Adult Friend Finder on your phone.
I do not believe I had the app. On my
Okay, it
phone.
was found on your phone.
Okay, well, I guess it was on my phone.
Okay, and there were messages from you to other individuals.
Correct.
Your Honor, I would object that this is going outside the scope of the affair with Brian, but
I don't think the court's ruling on opening the door was confined to just her extramarital affair with Brian Lynch.
well, I guess,
Have you been suffering from the
I'm
after
tripping off
car
this
crash?
because
Good news is you're still
Aunt Jennifer like she upset. She's not happy about something.
with regard to Wash, I determined that the defense opened the door. I don't know that I determined that the defense opened the door as to other.
She depicted herself as having one extramarital affair for about a 6-month period of time, where she met with him one time a week. That was her testimony yesterday. We have evidence, and I think it's important.
This is getting exciting. All right, it is what it is. All right, well, go ahead, but
I won't delve too far
Yeah, I-
into it, Judge.
really think this jury is with your one time, and
I respect her time, Judge, and I'll be brief.
they don't watch.
So, Mrs. Crumbley, I'm sorry, this is not a laughing matter. Mrs. Crumbley, on Adult Friend dispute that it wasn't just you and Mr. Malash meeting after work hours. It was with you and Mr. Malash arranging with under other individuals to meet after work as well.
No, I only met with Brian during work hours. The times that we were at the hotel, I was on business. We did arrange for other people to meet us there.
So Sunday, November the 28th. You remember that day? It was the day after you took your son to the shooting range.
I don't remember it.
You don't remember that day?
No.
2 days before the high school attack?
No, I don't remember what I did that day.
Okay. Well, you were pretty specific in what you did on November the 27th with the firearm. You remember that?
Correct.
All right. Now, November the 28th, 2021, you spent your time arranging a meetup with somebody in Adult Friend Finder.
I never met anybody with an adult friend finder that day.
Arranging a meetup.
Oh, okay.
I'm not just talking about the time that you spent physically with somebody. I'm talking about the time that you spent devoted your energy to setting that up.
Okay.
And you'll agree with me, it's not just the time period at the Costco parking lot or the time period at the hotel or the time period on the trip, correct?
That's the only time I've met with people.
Right. But that's not the only time that you devoted your own personal time and energy and focus to that, is it?
I guess I don't understand what you're asking.
Okay? Well, these meetups didn't just happen by themselves. You had to set them up.
Correct.
You weren't driven there. You weren't dropped off there. You set them up with somebody else.
Correct.
And that took your time and your energy and your focus to do so.
I don't believe it took too much time and energy, no.
Now, you told this jury that when your son texted you that he was seeing demons and bowls flying off the shelves, that was in the spring of 2007, 2021. You recall that evidence, right?
Correct.
You don't dispute that that was on your phone.
No.
You don't dispute that at some point you read those messages.
No.
And you don't dispute that your son said at least one time, "Can you please text me back?"
Correct.
You don't dispute that when you're at the barn, your other messages show that you can take pictures, send pictures, and receive pictures.
Usually I'm at the barn, if I take pictures and I try to send them, they don't go through right away, or I won't send them until I hit a spot where I actually have service.
So in Exhibit 423, the Facebook message chat between you and James, the chat that you deleted, there are a number of pictures that James sent to you from the barn of a horse in a conversation about that particular horse. Do you
Okay.
dispute that?
No.
Okay. And in fact, dozens and dozens of pictures of the lake.
I'm sure, yes.
You're sure? Okay. And those pictures were sent to you.
Yeah, hold up. Mamas, mothers, to be mothers, play the role as mothers. If your child, your 15-year-old tell you that they see demons on the shelf and the bowls flying off the shelf and text you that, which do you think is important with that text? Do you think what your son, your child texts you, your job? Because this lady, to me, Jennifer seems to not believe what her son says unless he says something about the gun range. Okay, let's go on.
With a timestamp on that Facebook message chat.
Okay?
Do you dispute that?
No.
No. Okay. And then you responded in that same time frame. Do you dispute that?
No.
No. So that conversation with that picture that was taken at the barn was occurring while one of you were at the barn.
I'm sure it was.
Okay. Now, you don't deny that your son wrote in his journal that he asked his parents for help. You don't deny that evidence that was in there.
No, I don't.
Okay. And you don't deny that he wrote in his journal.
Yeah, listen here. This young man, 15 years old, tells his mom that he needs help. Why is it so hard for Jennifer Crumbley to believe him? He's coming to her with issues. He's coming He's coming to her with his issues, his problem, his mental health, and she's ignoring it. I don't understand it. But this gonna go to something else, okay?
now had access to the 6-hour 9 millimeter handgun.
I do not deny that.
And you don't deny that the 6-hour 9 millimeter handgun was in fact the murder weapon.
I don't deny that.
And you also don't deny that that gun was gifted by you and your husband to your son on November 26th.
Describe gifted.
How about when you posted on Instagram?
Yeah. Why would you buy your son a gift? The gift is a gun. And he's telling you that he need help and he see demons and drawing pictures. Why would you go do that as a mother? Open your eyes, Jennifer.
His new Christmas gift.
Correct. And I explained yesterday that it was for him to use at the shooting range. We didn't just hand him a gun as a here you go, son. It was
You on stand telling the court that you bought your son a gun for to go to the gun range? What is this? You about a 15-year-old who said that they had some issues. I gun to go to the gun range. You're not thinking about anything after he done said what he saw, demons and stuff. Jeez.
something he could use when we went to the range as a family together.
You don't deny that in April of 2021, you described your son as being depressed.
I didn't describe him as being depressed. I noticed that he was acting
You
depressed.
used the word depressed.
Yes, he was acting sad. He was acting depressed.
Okay. And you know what depressed means?
It means a lot of different things.
Well, to you, it meant depressed, and you wrote that.
Right.
You don't deny in April of 2021, the evidence shows that your son told his own
So your son, you notice that your son is depressed. Come on, Jennifer. You notice your son depressed. And you ignored the fact that your son was depressed.
friends that he had asked you for help.
No, I don't deny that.
Okay. And you also don't deny that he told his only friend that you laughed at him.
I did not deny that.
What? You laugh? Oh, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Y'all, do y'all hear that? She laughed when her son said that he needs help. What's so funny?
That you told us that you took those messages in the spring of 2021, which, by the way, is at the same time you started your affair with Mr. Malash.
Around that time.
Okay. So in the spring of 2021, when you sent those messages, when you received those messages, you indicated it was messing around.
It was.
It was messing around. In your mind, messing around. That's what your testimony was.
Yes.
Okay. Even when he said, "Can you please text me back?"
I didn't see his text message, so I didn't text him back.
Even when your phone logs show missed calls.
Can you ask it again?
Even when your phone logs show missed calls from your son in that time period.
No.
No.
What? Why? Wait, y'all, hold up. Why is she ignoring her son? It seems Jennifer don't want to give him his attention. Jennifer, you had that your son is the only child. And he gonna want all your attention. I know you don't want to, but he start talking all out his mind. And he's gonna do what he said he gonna do, and you just send him like you just I don't know. I don't know. I ain't never seen them like this.
You said yesterday about these messing around texts. You agree with me that there's no indication in any text message, either between you and your son, or any Facebook message between you and your husband, in any of those exhibits, in fact, anywhere on your phone, that indicate that any of those messages were a joke.
No, there weren't.
There weren't. And we're talking about hundreds of messages between you and your son, and thousands of messages between you and your testified that, actually, Mr. Moss testified um, that you would meet during work hours, and we've established that it wasn't just confined to work hours, but you were permitted to leave as you please.
Correct.
Okay. And your boss actually testified that no problem if you needed time off.
Correct.
If you had a family issue, no problem, you can go.
Correct.
If you were sick, no problem, stay home.
Correct.
Okay? In fact, you could work from home on an as-needed basis.
Correct.
In fact, on November the 30th, you didn't even ask your boss if you could leave. You just told him you were leaving.
Correct.
And you told them when you were coming back.
Correct.
And you told them when you were coming back after receiving a phone call from the school asking for an immediate meeting.
Correct.
Because that was at, what, 10:05 a.m.?
Around that.
Okay. Now, had you ever been called, got the CD on, please? Had you ever been called? Sure, Jeff. I have a few more questions I can ask before we get to these. Have you ever been called to the school on an immediate basis before?
No.
Have you ever been told that your son had suicidal ideation before?
I was never told he has suicidal ideation before.
Okay, that's your testimony. But you've never been called to the school once for a meeting. I need to see you now.
No.
Correct? Okay. So even before you have made it to the school.
Okay, let me stop there for a minute. She's saying that she never received nothing from school about her son. I don't believe that. I believe that allegedly that Jennifer knows when the school called her, she don't want to pick up her phone. Jennifer knows when when her son called her, she don't pick up her phone. She don't answer her phone because she looking at whoever called on her phone. Of course, she's not going to say that the school called because she didn't pick up her phone. It's parents that does that. They look at you calling. She neglect the phone calls. That's what she did because she already know it's about her son. So I'm not going to answer this phone. I got to work.
Correct.
So you got to put a limit on that meeting.
Not necessarily.
Well, you said, I'll be back in about an hour.
Okay.
Right? That's your words.
About an hour.
Those were your words.
Correct.
All right, guys, so this is the easy ritual that's helped my grandma drop close
Okay,
to
yeah,
72
this
pounds.
commercial. Here we go.
This is Exhibit 74. Do you see it?
No, that's not, it's not on here. That's.
You see it?
Yeah.
Okay. This was sent to you. So Sean Hopkins called you at 9:24 in the morning, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You called him back at 9:27.
Correct.
You had a 5-minute phone call.
Correct.
And then in that phone call, he texted you the picture with it was drawn out, and he emailed you this original picture.
Yeah, he texted me the modified one and then later emailed me this one.
Later is at 9:32.
Yeah, like after I asked him for it.
Yeah. What you looking at right here is your child, allegedly. Now we just using this for example. This boy her son supposed to be taking a math test, okay? He's supposed to be taking a math test. He haven't done none of this algebra. He haven't done geometry, I meant to say. He in there drawing a picture of guns and what's gonna happen in the school. He putting all of this on his test, on his work, on his assignment. They notified the mama this happened at November 30th, 8:59 a.m. This young man is screaming out for help because his mom don't believe he has issues. This is a major part in the case, in this trial, a neglection of her son. So he puts what he's going through mentally on a test. He draws out what he's going to do. And let's see what she's going to say.
told us yesterday you found it, I think your quote was, a little concerning. What struck you about this?
Originally, when I saw the modified one, I was kind of angry at my son because we just talked about his missing assignments in geometry and his E the night.
Hold up. You angry with your son? Jennifer, if your son hasn't been having these problems, what is the problem where you can't go? You spend all that money on horses. Why you can't go spend money on your child? I don't understand it. To go get him some help. The horse is important in him. Your job is important in him. That's neglection of your own 15-year-old. Now, that picture we just saw, y'all, he's talking. He's telling what he's going to do, and Jennifer ignored it.
Before. Then when I got this one and opened it, it was concerning. I honestly thought the guy on there was a poor drawing of Batman, the way the thing in the cat. I thought it was a cape. I didn't know.
Hold up, man. Come on, Jennifer. Y'all, she's talking about you sitting up here. Okay, look, y'all. She's talking about this picture right here. Jennifer, come on. Come on, baby. Your son sent him drawing this stuff on this information on his test. And you sitting up there, I think that the drawing with the part right there laughing is this and that. You don't see what's going on. Y'all might have the mom needs to be evaluated, y'all. The mom might needs to be evaluated. If she don't see ain't nothing wrong with this. I'm not gonna be mad at my child. I want to know what's mentally going on with him. When they call her about this, his math teacher called, they should have been able to talk to her to get her son some help. Since she didn't want to do it. They should have made her do it.
Yeah. Okay. This was sent to you. So Sean Hopkins called you at 9:24 in the morning, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You called him back at 9:27.
Correct.
You had a 5-minute phone call.
Correct.
And then in that phone call, he texted you the picture with it was drawn out. Then he emailed you this original picture.
Yeah, he texted me the modified one and then later emailed me this one.
Later is at 9:32.
Yeah, like after I asked him for it.
You looked at it.
I did.
Okay. You told us yesterday you found it, I think your quote was, a little concerning. What struck you about this?
Originally, when I saw the modified one, I was kind of angry at my son because we just talked about his missing assignments in geometry and his E the night before. Then when I got this one and opened it, it was concerning. I honestly thought the guy on there was a poor drawing of Batman, the way the thing in the cat. I thought it was a cape. I didn't know.
You thought that was a cape?
I did. I didn't look
Okay.
at
What
that
did you think
closely.
of the gun?
I thought it was a gun.
Yeah. What about the fact that it is identical to the gun that you got for Christmas a couple days ago?
I mean, honestly, it looks like a gun to me. I didn't even notice.
Well, you took a picture of the gun. You posted it on Instagram. You know what it looks like.
I do, but I didn't analyze it.
You saw Special Agent Brandon's testimony. He described
Yeah, she don't act concerned. She don't act like an unconcerned mother. Man, I want to hear from somebody else out here. Real deal. Come on, y'all got to help me with this case. Please help me with Jennifer. Please help me with Jennifer. Because I don't understand Jennifer. I don't understand Jennifer. Okay. I thought that was a cake. No, it's a boy crying or laughing on that picture. Looked like he was crying. He said on that picture, his life is useless. Why is it that her son behavior? Do y'all know a lot of parents are in denial about their own kids' behavior? She just ignoring him. She is not from her. She just like, I'm not gonna give him the attention that he need. He drew out what he was thinking. And she don't act concerned to me about his mental health. And that's why she's sitting in court right now.
identical Don't Stop, Help Me. Did that ring out to you?
Yes, that was what was concerning to me.
Blood everywhere, and there's a bullet. And actually, you were the one who bought the bullets on November the 27th.
Correct.
You later came to learn that those bullets were used in the shooting.
I did.
Okay. So you said yesterday it was a little concerning. Yet, you told your husband, emergency in all caps.
Correct. That's why I left to go to the school, and I texted him.
He wrote back, my God, WTF.
Correct.
And then you told him he was distraught about last night.
Correct.
Distraught's an intentional word you chose.
Correct.
It's not sad. It's not a little anxious about school or his future. It's not.
There's one simple sugar hack anyone can do to stabilize glucose
Lord
levels
have
almost
mercy,
overnight.
Jennifer.
Did you know that type 2 diabetes?
Talking about a video game. Distraught has a meaning.
Correct.
And you chose that word to send to him.
Correct.
So you went to that meeting. And this was November the 30th of 2021. And at that point, you'll agree with me that you knew prior to that day, the November 26th purchase date, that your son was wanting to get a 9 millimeter. That's what you said yesterday.
Yes, I knew that they were talking about getting one because they had rented it in the past.
And you knew that he had shot one in the past.
Yeah.
Okay. You knew that a 9 millimeter is significantly more powerful than a 22.
I did not know that until I actually shot it.
Okay. Well, your dad took your son with James to the shooting range when they visited in July of 2021.
Correct.
And they talked about how powerful the 9 millimeter was because they rented one.
Okay. I don't know if
Yes or no?
I don't know if I was part of that conversation, but if it was, it didn't register to me.
What?
You knew at November 30, 2021 date that your son's friend had been taken without notice to your son.
Correct.
You said, I'm sorry, incorrect or
I said correct.
Correct. And you knew that when your son's friend was taken, your son was extremely upset.
He was upset, yes.
He didn't go to school for a few days.
I don't remember that.
Okay. Well, if the school records show that he was absent for a few days after that, would you deny that?
I wouldn't.
And would you deny that he missed school because he was so upset?
I don't know if he missed school because he was so upset or maybe he was sick. I don't know.
What?
You told us yesterday.
Y'all, this don't sound. I guess she just let him do whatever he want to do. If he don't want to go to school, he don't have to go to school. I just don't. He can just do whatever he want to do. But see, y'all, this case here is going to give them all parents a wake up call because of mothers like her. This is a wake up call. This lady here don't seem to be concerned about her child, her own son. And it's like, yeah, she answered like this, yep. It's not no concern, it's whatever. He can do whatever he want to do. I don't care.
And you acknowledge that individual, that child, was like a second son to you.
Correct.
So he was the only one that your son hung out with.
Outside of school, correct.
Okay. Who did he hang out with inside of school?
He named some names to me. I've never met them before, but he told me some group of kids that he sits and eats lunch with and he talks to in class.
Did he ever visit their houses?
No.
Did they ever visit your house?
No.
The only other peer to visit your house was this student who left the state around Halloween 2021.
At that time, correct.
We're talking about that time in October, in September, in at least August, July, June, May, all
Of 2021, correct.
2021, thank you. Now, he left on Halloween, and you knew that your son was planning to hang out with him on Halloween,
Yes.
okay? But his friend didn't show.
I had texted his friend's mom the day before trying to confirm if he was still coming over, and that's when we found out that he was driven to Wisconsin and taken to that school.
Okay, so you're telling us you found out the day before Halloween?
Yeah.
Okay. But that didn't stop you and James from going to the Halloween party at the bar.
I don't believe it was on Halloween.
Oh, that's so curious.
It was the Friday before Halloween.
If there was a picture with the date stamp on it, would you deny it?
No.
Okay. And it didn't stop you from after you left that party without your son. You went to another Halloween party.
We did.
And your son was home alone at that point.
Yes.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Ooh, shit. This is
We are Roger
interesting.
and Renee from
So you talked to us a little bit about your son's hobbies in 2021. But in November of 2021, so we'll start with November the 1st, 2021. You know that those hobbies were non-existent. And I'll go one by one.
Okay.
So you told us about bowling.
Correct.
Bowling the team wasn't in session at that point in time, was it?
No, I think actually at that time he decided he didn't want to be bowling that year.
Okay, so he stopped bowling the sophomore year.
He did.
And it wouldn't have been bowling season anyway.
I guess not, no.
So one hobby you talked about yesterday, that was not in existence in November 2021.
Correct, but we did still go to the bowling alley with him.
Okay. And you said that he worked, but would you be surprised to learn that he only worked a few shifts post-COVID?
No, not surprised at all.
Okay. So he wasn't at work every day.
No, he worked Tuesdays and Thursdays and sometimes Saturday mornings.
Okay. But not very often.
No, not very often.
A handful of shifts.
Oh, so he has a job. Hmm. What kind of job he has? Because let's he work at the barn. Because the way he thinking, he don't need to be on a job like McDonald's or Burger King or nothing like that. Mm.
Which of course, March 2020 is when things shut down.
He was working on a weekly basis.
And you knew that he didn't have any friends.
That's not the right way to put it. I knew he had friends, but no, he did not have many
You had
friends.
never met another peer his age who he refers to as a friend.
He actually had friends that used to come over prior to 2021 that he was still in contact
We
with.
went through defense exhibits yesterday from 2019 to 2020. I'm talking about 2021, at least from the time period where he sent you a message that he saw demons in the house.
Right. In 2021, the only friend that came to our house was the one that was
Right.
on the thing.
So you knew to be true.
Okay, so you're not concerned about your son speaking about demons and then he got this other boy over his house? You're not being considerate, about another child's welfare with your child at your house? And he talking about demons? Wait, and he's talking about this around Halloween time, y'all. That's the scariest part. He's talking about all this during Halloween.
In November of 2021, that he had no peer support.
I don't know what he had in school. He told me he had friends in school that he talks to.
You never met him.
No.
And he didn't have any clubs at school he was a part of.
You never met his friends? Usually, parents be concerned about who their child is hanging around with, you know what I mean? Teenagers hanging around with, you know what I mean? Because see, for him to be seeing demons and stuff like that, he may be under some kind of controlled substance, you know what I mean? So it's going to be a mother's concern is the benefit of their child, you know what I mean? Y'all let me know if you if you think differently.
No, not that
So you told us yesterday that your son wanted to design video games.
Correct.
Okay. He wasn't in a robotics club or a coding club at the high school.
He did take a coding class prior to 2021, and he was in a robotics after-school activity in middle school.
Talking about in
I'm
2020.
just telling you, he's been in that before.
Now, despite what you have called yourself as a vigilant parent and a helicopter mom, you never decided in at least November of 2021 to look at his phone.
Yeah.
That's despite what happened in the spring of 2021, right?
What happened in the spring of 2021 did not concern me.
What? What? What's he saying?
So I found a study saying that dust mites are the #1 cause of allergy.
Jesus.
Now, the one thing that seemed consistent with your son, to you at least, is his desire to obtain a weapon. Is that right?
I wouldn't say that, no.
He had a consistent desire to obtain a weapon.
Not to me, he did not.
Okay. You didn't know about the 9mm?
Oh, I knew about it.
Okay. You didn't know about the 22s?
Wait a minute.
And in fact, you posted on
She
this.
got her son. Help me. Help me, Jesus. Your son got a 9mm pistol at the age of 15 when teenagers are distressed, the depression, and everything like that, seeing demons, and you're not concerned that he's gonna flip it on you. And another thing, y'all, she leaves him at home a lot by himself. Do you think she wanted something to happen to him with the weapon? I don't know.
Mr. Granby, he got himself a 22
Correct.
in June of 2021.
Correct.
And from that time up until the November 26, 21 purchase, he was wanting to get a 9mm.
I know him and my husband had discussed getting a 9mm. I'm not part of those conversations.
But you knew about it.
I knew, but not that he was so, however you described it.
I said he consistently had a desire to obtain a weapon.
I know they consistently talked about it, correct?
Mom, you the mother, that's his stepdad. And you think that it was okay. Okay, this was stripping me out with this mother right here. Your child saying that he needs to go to the doctor because he thinks something wrong with him. And y'all go buy him a 9mm. Y'all go buy horses. But you never take the time out to go take him to the doctor. This ain't clicking right.
And just talk about this as a gun. He's talking about how he wanted the gun. You don't deny that.
No.
In November 26, you said you weren't there for the gun purchase.
No, it's not.
Okay. But are you telling us you didn't know it was going to happen?
I did not know they were going to the gun store that day, no.
Okay. But you knew that you were going to eventually get him a 9mm.
No, I did not know that.
Okay, so you're telling us that there was a surprise purchase to you?
It was surprising to me that they went to the gun store that day.
Okay.
It was not surprising to me that they purchased a gun that day.
And it didn't upset you that it bought a gun?
No, it did not.
It upset you that they cut into your Christmas tree shopping time, but it didn't upset you that it bought a gun?
Correct.
Y'all don't see nothing. Wait, y'all, grown people, adults. Y'all don't see nothing wrong with this. That this lady spent, she and her husband, I don't care, she's still the mother. They don't see nothing wrong with Ethan having a gun. I mean, it's for Christmas. I got a problem with this case right here. I think she needs to be punished. But it seemed like, I don't know. It seemed like I don't know. They bought him a 9mm now. What a 15-year-old need with one. And that's what kids go through in school. And it's Halloween, going to be Halloween. And he's seeing demons. And he don't the teacher don't send an email. He don't draw all that, what he going to do to the students at the school on the math test. She need to be punished. I'm sorry. She needs to be punished.
And you told us that it was, in your words, James's responsibility to take care of that gun.
Correct.
Now, you don't deny that, at least according to the cell phone evidence, the photographic and video evidence, you're the last adult to have possession of that gun.
Correct.
You were with him at the range on November the 27th.
Correct.
You saw your son shoot the weapon.
Correct.
You saw him shoot the last practice round before the shooting on November 30th.
At the range?
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
You saw
Yeah, I know. Okay, I know. I'm stopping it because on where it seemed like they bought him that gun and they keep leaving him alone. They bought the gun and he distressed and she keep leaving him alone at the house, allegedly as if she wanna something to happen to him instead of the school. It don't see. It seems like she got. I'm sick and tired of you. The school keep calling me. You keep doing dumb stuff. Ooh, ooh. Oh Lord.
Stood.
Honestly, that didn't mean anything to me at that time until this whole case came about, and I've learned what a shooter's stance is. So,
He knew how to use the gun.
yes, he did.
Okay.
He's used one before.
In fact, he showed you how to use the gun.
Correct.
Okay. And the stance he took, you saw from the Oxford High School video, was the same. You saw that, right?
I don't know. I can't compare it. I don't know.
But you entrusted this responsibility. You agree with me that owning a firearm involves a great deal of responsibility and trust?
I do.
And you entrusted this responsibility to your husband, James.
I did.
If you look at Exhibit 423, that's the Facebook chat thread between you and your husband.
Why are you not investing in tax liens? No, seriously. Why are you not investing into one of the most...
It's pretty clear you didn't trust James with much. Would you agree or disagree?
Depends on what you're talking about.
You didn't trust him to get out of bed on time.
Correct.
You didn't trust him to cut the grass when it was time to cut the grass.
He would cut the grass when it got to a length I didn't like. I didn't trust him.
You didn't trust him to update you on his whereabouts.
There's a reason behind that.
You didn't trust him to not turn off or turn on the Ring camera in your home.
Correct.
You didn't trust him to keep track of
Wait a minute. Listen to the. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold up. Hold up. Back it up. You don't. Why you don't trust him? Why? Okay. You don't trust what your son do, but what your son does, but you won't take him to the doctor. But then y'all buy him a gun. I don't understand it. And open your eyes. You keep shutting your ass.
November 26th, you said you weren't there for the gun purchase.
No, it's not.
Okay. But are you telling us you didn't know it was going to happen?
I did not know they were going to the gun store that day. No.
Okay. But you knew that you were going to eventually get him a 9mm.
No, I did not know that.
Okay, so you're telling us that there was a surprise purchase to you?
It was surprised to me that they went to the gun store that day. It was not surprising to me that they purchased a gun that day.
And it didn't upset you that...
Wow. Y'all think this is set up? Okay. Do you all think that this is a setup for her son? It's not a surprise to her that they went to the gun. Okay, it's surprise to her that they went to the gun store that day. But it's not surprise that he bought her son a 9mm. Why are they buying him weapons? And he fell in geometry. Here we go again. He drew pictures on his math work. He tells his mom he has issues. He's not getting attention from her still. Then they go buy him a gun instead of go get him help from the doctor. Y'all don't see a problem with this. She part of his problem. That's why she's sitting in court, and they need to do every parent like this. Especially the kind like this. Sheesh.
No, it did not.
It upset you that they cut into your Christmas tree shopping time, but it didn't upset you that they bought a gun.
Correct.
And you told us that it was, in your words, James's responsibility to take care of that gun.
Correct.
Now, you don't deny that, at least according to the cell phone evidence, the photographic and video evidence, you're the last adult to have a possession of that gun.
Correct.
You were with him at the range on November the 27th.
Correct.
You saw your son shoot the weapon.
Correct.
You saw him shoot the last practice round before the shooting on November 30th.
At the range?
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
You saw how he stood.
Honestly, that didn't mean anything to me at that time until this whole case came about and I've learned what a shooter's stance is. So,
He knew how to use the gun.
yes, he did.
Okay.
He's used one before.
In fact, he showed you how to use the gun.
Correct.
Okay. And the stance he took, you saw from the Oxford High School video, was the same. You saw that, right?
I don't know. I can't compare it. I don't know.
But you entrusted this responsibility. You agree with me that owning a firearm involves a great deal of responsibility and trust?
I do.
And you entrusted this responsibility to your
So you know it's a big responsibility, Jennifer.
I did.
If you look at Exhibit 423, that's the Facebook chat thread between you and your husband. It's pretty clear you didn't trust James with much. Would you agree or disagree?
Depends on what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, you didn't trust him to get out of bed on time.
Correct.
You didn't trust him to cut the grass when it was time to cut the grass.
He would cut the grass when it got to a length I didn't like. I didn't trust him.
You didn't trust him to update you on his whereabouts.
There's a reason behind that.
You didn't trust him to not turn off or turn on the Ring camera in your home.
Correct.
You didn't trust him to keep track of your son.
Oh, I trusted him to keep track of my son.
In those messages that we'll see in Exhibit 423, asking him, where is your son, over and over and over again, does that signify trust or distrust to you?
That was when my son was walking home from school. Not that I did not trust my husband with my son.
Okay. And you didn't really trust your husband to hold down a job.
It's not that I didn't trust him to hold down a job. He had a hard time holding down one after COVID.
Okay. In those messages, you are constantly asking him about work, how much money he's making, and what he's doing to obtain employment.
Correct.
Okay. But this is the person you entrusted with a deadly weapon.
I did.
I don't understand that now, Jennifer. How you gonna not trust that your husband with all these things, and then your husband could have been jealous of your son? Now that on that part, golly, James was jealous.
Why did you buy the Patriot defense rounds?
That's the ammo. That was the ones my son told me to purchase. I didn't know anything about it. I'd asked him, and he told me to purchase them.
So you told the jury yesterday.
So whatever, that's what I'm saying, y'all. Whatever the boy wants, she give it to him. Oh, that's what he wanted to purchase me, but he wanted to purchase. So I got it for him. But I didn't know that. Oh, man. Don't forget, you the parent, and he's the child.
Today, that the gift was for target shooting only.
Correct.
Okay. Yet you bought 100 rounds of ammunition,
Correct.
and you only shot 50 while you were there.
Correct.
And those 50, at least according to some statements you made throughout the investigation, you put some.
The box of them, yes, I did. I hit them.
Now, on November the 27th, when you came home, you posted pictures of the gun and targets to your Instagram account.
Correct.
And then, according to the location data, your location data, you left.
I think this only went. Well, I don't know. I must have. Yeah.
Well, you don't deny that.
I don't deny it.
And your husband James was gone all day, according to his location data.
I think so. Yeah.
And you saw in the evidence that in the picture you posted, there's an ATF pamphlet on handgun safety for children.
Correct.
Did you read that?
I looked it over. Correct.
Sure, okay.
On Exhibit 74, here, I want to get back to this. Exhibit 74, you don't deny that you could have left work for the day.
No, I didn't.
You don't deny that you didn't tell the school officials, Mr. Hopkins and EJAC, about the gun purchase on the 26th.
No, we had stated that we went to the shooting range. I went to the shooting range with my son on Saturday.
You didn't tell them that you had gotten him that Christmas gift.
I didn't think it was relevant. No.
You acknowledge that you never told Mr. Hopkins and EJack that it wasn't just a friend, but it was the only peer that you had ever met and left.
I probably said his best friend.
You acknowledge that you didn't go home to look for that firearm after the meeting ended.
We wouldn't have a reason to.
So that the answer is that you acknowledge that.
No, I acknowledge that.
Okay. And you acknowledge that you had already made plans for the night to go to the bar.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And you acknowledge that you had the time to stop at your house before you went back to work.
I would have, but I didn't have a reason to.
What?
This is the quickest way to clear out stuff.
Ooh, Lord, y'all hurry up and get this girl out the stand, honey. I don't believe this one.
Now, you had told us that you had never taken your son to any sort of mental health professional.
No.
But
Okay.
you know how to obtain help.
Okay, stop.
In fact, you have
Stop. Y'all spend more time taking this boy, your son, to the gun range, shooting range. Well, yeah, where the shooting range. Spend time buying him stuff like this, things that he don't need like that. Y'all spend more time doing that, and you didn't go get him no help. What was she so afraid? Why was Jennifer so afraid to get her son some help, y'all? Why? Because she knew they was gonna find a problem. What is it that she wanted? Something ain't right in this story with her. Something's not right. She said money on horses, her job, and she don't give her son no kind of attention. Unless he's dealing with the gun range.
descriptions related to that.
I do.
So it's not that you didn't know who to call or how to call. You didn't.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. Yesterday you talked a little bit about how you express emotion.
Correct.
And in fact, the council asked you about your nerves when you testified. But you're capable of emotion.
Yes, I am.
Right? Okay. And in fact, you had some explosive emotional fights with your husband.
What we did.
And that was in the home that you shared.
Correct.
Okay. And with your son. I
Correct.
saw pictures of that home.
Correct.
Mm.
And you told us that your son was at an age where he wouldn't text you back, I love you.
It wasn't a text me back, I love you. It's like in passing, like, hey, Ethan, good night, I love you.
Well, yesterday you told us that your son was at the age where he wouldn't text you back, I love you. That was
So
what your
that,
words yesterday.
yeah, but more or less like just saying it in passing. He wouldn't say it back. I say good night, Ethan, love you, and he'd good night.
Okay.
For him to text me that he loved me was abnormal.
Abnormal.
Correct.
Okay. But you didn't respond to that text. So
What? Hold up. That's abnormal for her son to say, I love you? Are you serious? Wait, excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just tripping.
44 minutes later.
No, I was in a meeting at work.
Okay. And if you go through your entire text message thread between you two, the word love pops up how many times?
Between me and my son. I have no idea.
Okay. 3.
Okay.
The first is a reference to the game chess about a year before.
Okay.
And the other 2 times are right before your son committed this act and after the shooting when you responded. Does that surprise you?
No.
I was just asking there to be a foundation.
What? She said. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse me. That don't surprise you? Let the attorney over the defense attorney need to be quiet because she want to tell them the truth. Because she's looking. What? That don't surprise you what your son did. Ooh, wait. That's a strange judge.
I did that. About a year prior. I
She not a good attorney. The defense.
Oh, sure. Let me clear that one up. It's from your son's phone, so there all the messages will be contained there. You don't deny that that information will be handled.
Not deny it.
Are you under 27,000 income a year? Get free unlimited data
Yes.
on a smart tablet with no hidden fees
Woo.
or gimmicks.
Now, you told us that
It's the judge saying.
the day of the shooting. Those have been admitted evidence.
But he's asking about the text overall, which would not have been admitted into evidence. And I don't know that the text chain has all the texts. There's no foundation that what Mr. Keys is looking
Judge, in cross-examination,
I know she just doesn't know what.
hold on, counsel can't testify.
Yeah, I put that.
She need to sit down.
So he is asking what's normal for them, and would she be surprised that
Cross-examine, baby.
Yeah, I'm just asking, I get that, and I get that it's not common. I'm just asking.
Judge, this is argument.
I'm just
Counsel
asking
can argue
what
whatever she wants to.
period of text this is from, like. Okay, well, she doesn't know what he's looking at.
She need to sit down.
Okay. And is it appropriate for counsel to suggest that or she or doesn't know?
she can also say, I don't understand.
She learning.
All right, thank you, Judge. Now, yesterday, Mrs. Crumbley, you talked about going to the planning board.
Yes.
Okay. And that was in reference to counsel asking you about emotions and how you express emotions.
Correct.
All right. So, I want to talk to you about your planning mode and your priorities at the time that you were arrested. Now, your phone calls were recorded from the time that you were arrested until now. Do you know
Correct.
that?
Yeah,
You know that,
I
right?
do that.
You know that, okay. And your priority on your first phone call, December the 4th of 2021, was on your animals and the cash recovered from the art studio. Do you deny that?
I don't deny it.
Do you deny that it wasn't until 10 days later and 14 calls later that you even mentioned your son?
I was,
Do you deny it or not?
I don't, but I was under the impression that I couldn't mention him because I could get flagged at the jail.
Well, you mentioned him in later conversations.
I did.
Okay. And in fact, in one, a year later, March 25th of 2023, you said he just needs to man up. Do you recall
I
that?
did not.
Okay. Do you deny that you said it?
It sounds like something I would say.
In December 2021, your concern was about a GoFundMe. Do you remember that?
No, I do not.
I'm going to play this for you. Explain it to me what the thought about this. This is impeachment, Judge. Okay, that was between you and your dad.
Correct.
Okay. And you asked him to set up a GoFundMe to pay for the board of your horses.
I did, yes.
Well, you said, but you said you did. Now you remember, Jennifer. Get it together, girl.
You were concerned about other things related to yourself around that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it still planning mode?
I believe so.
Okay. You were arrested December the 4th. This is going to be December the 22nd.
I
Look how she looking.
Okay. So the parents are $140. Oh, 240. I got 300. Yeah, counting for that. Is that peanut butter jelly and white bread? Yeah.
Still planning mode?
Well, I wasn't planning there, no.
Now we're talking about how you describe planning mode. Describe that in context to statements you made to the police on November the 30th, 2021. Right? That's the context you use the words planning mode in relation to.
Correct.
Okay. So you told us that the last phone call on December 31st, that was still you in planning mode. I want to make sure we can accurate picture of what that is. And here's one from January 15th, 2022.
No, it's not an issue of that. It's an issue of, that bank seems to be all, have issues with their online stuff, and issues with, salt kinds and stuff like that. She's helping that bank, people, like, yeah, so.
That child deposit thing.
That what?
Am I still gonna get a deposit, $300? That child thing the government does?
Y'all know what? Jennifer mind is on money. She's her mind on money. Not even her son's welfare. Her mind is on money. Everything about money.
I lost half of that. For some reason, I don't know that,
Yeah.
I had access, well, I had access basically to view only, car seat was not there, and then also I lost access, and it took me, I lost access like a couple days before Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am absolutely mind blown by the
This
results.
is an interesting case. I want to know what the verdict gonna be.
Okay. Is that still planning mode?
We were talking about filing my taxes if you played the whole thing.
Oh.
We're asking about your child tax
Correct.
credit. You're still going to get that $300.
My dad was doing my income taxes for me.
Mm. Mm-mm.
Now, when we started, we confirmed that you understood the oath that you just took.
Correct.
The same oath you took yesterday.
Correct.
And you don't deny that you had $6,000 in cash in your purse the night you were arrested.
No.
You don't deny that your purse with the cash and 4 cell phones were in a plastic tote.
Correct.
You don't deny that that plastic tote was contained in a different plastic tote.
Correct.
You don't deny that your backpack with clothing items was found in a different plastic tote in a different area of that studio.
Correct.
And you don't deny that you knew you had been charged with involuntary manslaughter.
Correct.
In fact, as early as December the 1st, 2021 at 6:10 p.m., you were talking about how you're being charged with involuntary manslaughter.
That was what I was being told by a family that was texting me. That's what the charges might be announced as. Correct.
Okay, and one is to Mr. Malash. There's a text to your cousin about you were being charged with involuntary manslaughter. You don't deny receiving that.
No, no.
That's Wednesday, December the 1st.
Correct.
Right? And you sent your neighbor a message on Wednesday the 1st of 2021, 6:55 p.m. that you were reading, they may charge us.
Correct.
Okay? And December the 2nd, 2021, you wrote, they're saying involuntary manslaughter.
Correct.
You don't deny that?
No.
And of course, you looked at different news articles about that the next day,
Yeah.
and later on that day. And then you texted, after all of these messages and news articles, December the 2nd, 2021 at 2 p.m., we're fucked. You wrote that to Mr. Mullins.
Correct.
Okay. And then you wrote announcing charges at noon on December the 3rd, 2021 at 8:17 a.m.
Correct.
You wrote that to Mr. Malash, you wrote that to Kira, you wrote that to your dad, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you don't deny any of that?
No.
Okay.
She what? Xanax. Excuse me, yeah, excuse me. That's the problem. She has a problem. She and her husband. Wow. Golly.
Correct.
She needs. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. I'm just so. Jesus.
So you went to bed about 11 o'clock.
It was around that time.
Okay. And the evidence that we have admitted show that you set your alarm for 6:30 a.m. and 6:45 a.m.
I don't know if it was me who said it, but it was set for that time.
Okay. And from the evidence, it shows when it was set too.
Correct.
Okay. And it was set a little after 11 p.m.
Okay, correct.
Yes. Okay. So yesterday you said, I want to say it was after 11 about going to bed. I want to say it was after 11, maybe around 11 o'clock when we finally went to bed. We both, I prescribed Xanax for anxiety, and we each took 4 because we knew we were going to turn ourselves in the next day.
What? Xanax for anxiety? Hold up. Hold up. Do you know what he just said? Is it me, y'all? Please tell me it's me. Y'all don't see nothing wrong with this. Xanax for depression. I got a depression sometimes. I don't take that. What is this? This lady got some problems. And they just, here we go. We glorifying it. We glorifying it. Here we go again.
The question was, okay, so you took 4. Your answer, we did.
Glorifying her
The
habits.
question was, okay, so next thing,
Took
so
4.
was coming.
Wait. She took 4 Xanax. Y'all already know what her problem is. Go, she need to go to jail. Go, let her go to jail. Let her go do some time.
If you recall that, your answer, I recall my husband screaming, there's people with guns against interface officers. Question, what were you doing prior to hearing your husband screaming? Answer, we were sleeping. Question, okay, were you aware that there was anything going on? Answer, I was not.
Correct.
That's your testimony.
Correct.
Okay. You know when you say something that isn't true, it's called a lie.
Correct.
Okay.
Jennifer.
430. Council does have a copy.
Is it
The entire thread.
perfect? No objection. Oh, thank you.
Does the court have a copy?
This is today's.
Yes, Judge.
Any objection?
No,
Mrs. Crumbly, you knew the police were there. Thank you, Judge.
Not until I woke up now.
Not until you woke up.
Correct.
Okay. Now, we heard testimony yesterday, or throughout the trial, that 911 was called at 10:43 p.m. You recall that?
Yeah, I saw in the video.
Okay. And on the video, the first officers arrived before 11 p.m.
Correct.
Okay. And either you or your husband, we couldn't tell from the video, but you tell me, was it you or your husband out there smoking?
That was my husband.
Okay. So your husband walks in shortly after the 911 caller walks in the building to call 911.
If you are about to write an
Ooh,
invitation,
hey, come on, commercial. Come on now. Come on. We got to get to them. We got to get with it.
Correct.
That was on the video. Okay. And officers arrived. And then we've heard testimony from Mr. Kirtley, who had a studio there. We heard testimony from Sergeant Hendrick, who was in the fugitive apprehension team, as well as Corporal Shaw with the Detroit Police SWAT team, about the amount of officers there. Recall that?
I do.
And you recall hearing the testimony that Corporal Shaw's team, their SWAT team, they actually used a 35-pound steel ram to bash in the door of the studio next to where you were at. You recall that testimony?
I do.
Okay. And your testimony was that you were asleep when the officers arrived.
Yes, I was.
Okay. But you had an alarm set for 6:30 in the morning on your phone, and that phone was found powered off, hidden in a tote, contained in a different tote, in a place away from the bed.
Correct.
You don't deny that.
No.
there are certain messages in 430. I'm going to go through them with you. This is actually to your attorneys. At the time, you had 2 attorneys. Marielle, this is Jennifer's phone. James and Jennifer are using Jennifer's phone now. That's it. December the 3rd, 2021, 6:04 p.m. Do you recall that?
I don't, but I don't deny.
No, okay, you don't deny. Okay. Your next message, the other phone broke. That's December the 3rd, 2021 at 6:04 p.m. The response was, when you can, we would like for you to call us. That was from either Ms. Smith or Counsel Mary Ellen. Your response, I'm sorry, this is from Marielle. Thank you. Shannon is calling Gold from.
That's why you need to put the texts up there
The time
on the
says
screen.
from. I'll make sure I identify for the record. From Shannon. Marielle and I are going to come get you guys in the morning. We do not think it will help to make a statement that you're coming back now or that it will be tomorrow a.m. We can say that we told everyone you were coming back, and as of tomorrow a.m., you were back. That's Friday, December 3rd, 2021, 7:02 p.m. Right? Okay. So that's after James had already moved the car around and backed into the parking spot.
I believe so.
From Shannon, we can show them that everything we said was going to happen did happen. That's Friday, December 3rd, 2021 at 7:02 p.m. Right?
Right.
Your response, okay, that's at 7:03 p.m.
Okay.
From Shannon, I'm going to drive home from my office right now and call you guys in about 40 to 45 minutes so I can get all the bond factor information written down from Marielle and me. That's Friday, December 3rd at 7:36 p.m. Okay. Your response, okay, we'll be waiting, 7:37 p.m. Shannon, I'm going to call in 1 minute. That's at 8:54 p.m. that Friday night. Your response was okay. You recall?
I don't, but I don't deny it.
But you don't dispute the records.
Correct.
The next message you sent was, think we might have found, don't know, just heads up, please check. December the 3rd, 2021, 11:14 p.m.
That was written, but I cannot believe it was written by me.
Okay, you don't remember, well, you told us you don't remember any of these text messages.
I read through it, but,
You don't deny that this was on your phone, what we refer to as the burner or track phone.
correct. We
You
were
don't
both,
deny that.
using that phone at the time because my husband's broke.
Okay.
Mm.
And then you wrote in quick succession, don't know, 11:16 p.m. We might have been found, 11:16 p.m. Laying low, 11:16 p.m. You don't deny that these are the records?
No, no.
Okay. Response from Shannon, oh shit. Friday, December 3rd, 2021, 11:16 p.m. Now we know from all of the objective evidence, the testimony, the video, everything that the officers testified to, they were on scene before 11 p.m. You don't deny that.
No, I don't.
You don't deny that there were hundreds of officers on scene.
I don't know how many were on scene.
Okay. How many did you see when he got pulled out of the art studio?
Honestly, I don't know. It all happened so fast. I knew there was more. There was a few. There was more than a few, but not.
You saw the body
hundreds.
camera footage.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do want to make a point, so everyone's aware. This exhibit was just made visible this morning. Correct. Okay. So we actually just received it this morning, and when you testified yesterday, you didn't know this exhibit was going to come into evidence.
Correct.
Okay.
What? You just said you
I'm going to
knew.
talk to you now about the night before the shooting, November the 29th, 2020. You could testify that you got into a fight about grades with your son.
Correct.
Is that because you checked Power School?
Yes.
During that fight, did you lock your son out of the house?
Did not.
You don't deny that he was outside of the house?
He did. He did walk out of the house. He was upset.
Okay. You told us that you took his phone.
We did.
That's not true, is it?
It is true.
On
We took
November the 29th, 2021, your son filmed a 19-minute video while he was outside describing what he was going to do the next day.
What time was that taken?
10 o'clock.
I don't know if he got it back. I know we took the shooting range away and we took his gun away. So I don't know if he got it back.
What? You didn't answer his question. She didn't answer his question. She wait, yeah, can't do that commercial. She did not. He said that before the shooting, the boy was outside, and you knew. She don't got me confused. Lee. She knew he was going to go to the school and do this, but they took his gun. Yeah, right.
Now, all of the times that you were at the barn, there was nothing stopping you other than you told us you didn't want to go, right?
Correct.
There's nothing stopping you on November the 30th, 2021 from taking him home.
Correct.
Nothing stopping you. Actually, I want to go back to what you just said. You took his gun away.
We took the shooting range away.
You said you took his gun away.
No.
You say yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You said we took his gun away. Now you saying you said y'all took the shooting range away. Later, I can bag this thing back and let you know you said that y'all took his gun, and that's what I didn't understand. Oh, Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer, you got caught in a lie. I'm back it up a little bit. Let Jennifer hear what she just said. Lord have mercy, help me, Jennifer. Jennifer, you gonna have me acting like you.
There were hundreds of officers on scene.
I don't know how many were on scene.
Okay. How many did you see when he got pulled out of the art studio?
Honestly, I don't know. It all happened so fast. I knew there was more. There was a few. There was more than a few, but not.
You saw the body camera footage.
Right.
Okay. I do want to make a point so everyone's aware. This exhibit was just made admissible this morning. Correct. Okay. So we actually just received it this morning, and when you testified yesterday, you didn't know this exhibit was going to come into evidence.
Correct.
Okay. I want to talk to you now about the night before the shooting, November the 29th, 2020. You can testify that you got into a fight about grades with your son.
Correct.
Is that because you checked Power School?
Yes.
During that fight, did you lock your son out of the house?
We did not.
You don't deny that he was outside of the house?
He did. He did walk out of the house. He was upset.
Okay. You told us that you took his phone.
We did.
That's not true, is it?
It is true.
On
We took
November the 29th, 2021, your son filmed a 19-minute video while he was outside describing what he was going to do the next day.
What time was that taken?
10 o'clock.
What? This boy don't supposed to showed you a video, mama.
I don't know if he got it back. I know we took the shooting range away and we took his gun away. So I don't know. If
Look, she said we took the shooting range away and we took his gun away. That's what she said. Now, why she denied that? She didn't say that. She said they took the shooting gun away and his gun away. Now, listen to this.
got it back.
Now, all of the times that you were at the barn, there was nothing stopping you other than you told us you didn't want to go, right?
Correct.
There's nothing stopping you on November the 30th, 2021 from taking him home.
Correct.
Nothing stopping you. Actually, I want to go back to what you just said. You took his gun away.
We took the shooting range away.
You said you took his gun away.
No, I said we took the shooting range away.
Just you watch this is crazy. You said they took the gun and the shooting.
Those 3, 4, 5 times a week when you were at the barn.
He could have, yes.
Your son could have been with you on those times when you were with either Mr. Malash or somebody else.
No.
In the weeknights, he could have been with you after school, after work.
I wasn't with Mr. Malash at those times.
On the other
messaged people at those times, but I was not with anybody at those times.
He could have been with you on the Halloween party.
He did not want to go. It was a bunch of little kids.
And on November the 30th of 2021 at 12:51 p.m., you could have been with him.
I could have, yes.
You didn't.
No.
That's correct.
Mrs. Crumbley, I just have two areas of questions for you. Mr. Keys played some recordings. Who are you on the phone with in those recordings?
And my dad.
Okay, so you asked a couple of questions about calories, and then what was the other one?
I guess the child tax credit.
Okay, how often did you speak with your dad?
During the summer, it was every day. They went back to work. It was just on the weekends. They're both teachers.
And how many hours a day do you spend with other people?
Sometimes it's none. Sometimes it's when they walk by myself, I'll talk to them. But I'm locked down 23 hours a day. I get 1 hour out by myself. I talk to my clergy lady weekly, so I see her. Sometimes I talk to the church priest, or I'll talk to my attorney. But that's about the most human contact I get.
So I guess one of my questions is when you do talk to people, you talk about, are there more conversations than just those?
Right, there are.
And then that night on December 3rd, going into the 4th, after 11, there was one phone being used, is that right?
Correct.
Whose phone was being used?
It was my burner phone.
Who was using the phone?
My husband was using the phone.
Okay, were you also using it?
No, I was using my other phone. So he started using my burner phone. I used the one with the regular phone number. Do anything on.
Okay, so these messages are from the burner phone.
Correct.
To myself and my friend. So the ones after 11 o'clock, so at 11:17 or whenever these texts came in, what were you doing?
When I saw the video of my husband going to the car and having a cigarette, I knew I was probably sleeping at that time because I did not like us not being together after what happened to us on the 30th when the police came to our house. So if he went out to have a cigarette, it was without me, it was most likely because I was asleep.
Okay, when guns were in your face and we saw that on the video, before that, had you been asleep?
Yes,
Are you absolutely sure about that?
I'm positive.
Okay, I have no further questions. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. This it. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, frankly honest. It's over with, but I'm gonna tell you that she is guilty for the neglecting of her son. I think that she had money, she had time, she should have got her son some help. And she just didn't want to get her. She just determined that she wasn't gonna get her son no help. The teachers send. They have the reasonable doubt there. Everything they have is there. She knew about the. She knew about the video that he already recorded. Said what he gonna go do at the school. Mama already knew that. She didn't deny that. She did the taxes. She also she to me just need the son asked for help. She didn't give him help. She ignored him. She neglected him the whole time. And she was so into her income tax and partying. Doing she would where the party was for the kids. But she didn't spend time enough with her son. And I believe she locked her son outside their house. Y'all. Because that's when he went and made that video. I really don't know how she feels about her son. I really don't. Cause this lady had money. They even took him to the gun range. She said she punished him. She lied and said she punished him by taking him. She punished him by taking his gun and and is taking him taking the gun range from him. Then she turned around and said she didn't say that, but she said it. Y'all heard it for yourself. Seemed like mom wants him to have a gun. I would have been, oh, yeah, yeah, I did say I took the gun from him. She wants that boy to have a gun for some reason, y'all. Do you think she wanted him to use a gun on himself? Do you think she wanted him to use the gun on himself? Or what? What y'all think? It's something ain't right with this, with that woman. So when the verdict come down, they got the reasonable doubt. Bet you can't go to jail for being a bad mother. But I don't. They spend more time at the gun range for some purpose. They spend more time at that gun range for so many, and then it could be a hobby for him. So I don't know how to. I just tell you, she's not a. To me, she's not a good mom. She's not a good mother because she neglects her. You can't just work all the time and neglect your child. She bought horses. She bought Xanax. She did a whole lot of stuff that took her attention off her own son. It's all about her to me. It was all about her. And then when you married to somebody else, you really have to be careful because the stepdad can be jealous of your own son and the son and the mother relationship. The step James could have been jealous. I think that's his name, the stepdad. He could be jealous of her and her son relationship. It was a lot of neglection in him in this situation, and everything was ignored because the boy had on the drawing the gun, the body, and she didn't even mention that inside the only thing she made it mentioned inside that email was on his geometry paper. This boy is drawing what he gonna do on his geometry paper, mom. You know this. And then the only thing you say, I just look at the picture on there. They say if anything wrong with the drawing, where the little face right there? I thought the face was something else. The face was crying. Yes, I think she should be charged with manslaughter. I really do. I really do. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Like, share, and subscribe. Monday will be the verdict coming out. Prosecution did an awesome job. I think the defense attorney needs some practice. I- it's too much going on in this case that the mama should be punished. Yes, she should. What's she saying? What's she doing? This supposed be going off. Let me see what she doing. Oh, she getting down. Yeah, she got some issues. Then tell them they got them horses out there. They may be doing tranquilizers. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. My Jesus, help me, Lord. Get me out of here.